What is up, guys? My name is Ari here, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin block halving that is literally about to happen in about 12 days from now approximately. So a lot of people are exactly getting confused about what the Bitcoin halving is and how that can essentially impact the Bitcoin price. And it's funny because a lot of influencers who are maybe in the stock market or maybe money influencers or talking about money and making money in other ways think they know what Bitcoin is or what the halving is, but absolutely have no idea. Because I saw this guy on Twitter talking about the Bitcoin halving. He has like 2 million followers. He was telling all his followers how pretty much the Bitcoin halving is like a stock split. And pretty much what it is essentially the Bitcoin halving. If you buy one Bitcoin now, you will get 2 Bitcoins back by the time the halving happens, and the price will drop from $70,000 to $35,000. Enough about that. What is the Bitcoin halving exactly, and how can it affect the Bitcoin price in 12 days from now? Well, every block Bitcoin produces a certain amount of Bitcoin, okay? And this is every 10 minutes approximately. Right now the current block is 6.25, okay? So in 10 minutes Bitcoin will produce 6.25 Bitcoins and will reward the miners essentially, okay? So obviously people can get lucky, and whoever solves the problem will essentially land on, a certain amount of Bitcoin. So that's what it is. Every pretty much the blockchain, right? Every block will mine a certain amount of Bitcoin. Okay, so back before 2000 and 2012, before there was the first halving, you were able to mine 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. Yeah, crazy, right? 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. That's when Bitcoin wasn't known. People didn't know about Bitcoin. And then there was the halving in 2012, which dropped it to 25. Fast forward to 2016, there was the halving in 2016, and that's what essentially created the whole bull market. And that's when a lot of people started to get into crypto and Ethereum. And of course, that went from 25 Bitcoin to 12.25 Bitcoin. So you guys can see that obviously it's getting more rare and more rare to essentially get access to Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, mine Bitcoin. And of course, the whole point of Bitcoin is to be deflationary in the long run, right? So this is not like the US dollar or any type of dollar where you could just keep on printing crypto or keep on printing Bitcoin. No, there's a set supply of 21 million Bitcoins, and every Bitcoin will most likely be mined in about 200 years from now, 220 years from now, because it's the Bitcoin block is just going to keep on getting cut in half, or not the Bitcoin block, the Bitcoin reward block, right? So right now we're sitting at 6.25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes approximately, or per block. In three weeks from now or 2 weeks from now, depending on how fast people solve their problem or whatnot, it should be around 2 weeks from now. The Bitcoin reward will go from 6.25 to 3.15. And I know a lot of people are essentially thinking this is going to go parabolic, it's going to explode like all the other bull market, but in fact, in the last bull market, it actually went sideways. It consolidated sideways before going parabolic, because a lot of people are going to pour their money into it. But obviously, we know that crypto, Bitcoin are manipulated or controlled by big players, big whales. I would say institutions, but they're not going to be FOMOing in when all the little retail buyers will essentially be buying, because then they wouldn't be making money and it would essentially be too easy for everyone else and everyone would be rich, right? So that's just not how it works. So let's have a look at some charts real quick and see what's up. So this is the Bitcoin rainbow chart right here, as you guys can see, and we know the halving happens every 4 years, and we know after every halving this thing usually explodes. So we saw the halving happening back in 2013, and guess what happened? We kind of came back down, dropped a little bit before essentially exploding. There was another halving in 2016. What happened after that? We came back down a little bit before going parabolic. So you guys can see right here, from the halving all the way up to where we actually started, it took approximately 1 year, right? So we did peak right here at 953, and we were still going uptrend. We were still going in an upside cycle. Of course, this was a top right here in the last bull market when the Bitcoin futures came out. Everyone was bearish about it. And guess what happened? The bear market happened, consolidated, came back down. COVID happened. Bitcoin was traded under $10,000 before the halving, came back down all the way to $9,000, consolidated, and of course, a few months later, we essentially exploded. So this was May 15, going all the way to September 2022, which was like a few months. That's when we actually took off. So a lot of people are essentially expecting for Bitcoin to take off right now and go parabolic. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. And the reason why that is because number one, a lot of people will cut down their mining machines. Okay. And that's pretty bearish because that essentially, the more miners we have, the better it is for security. And what this is going to do is it's going to essentially make the security less, because a lot of miners are going to be like, wait, we don't need to be mining anymore. I mean, our mining rigs or our mining machines doesn't do much. So we're going to cut down on the cost, because the reward is literally going to go down 50% and we're probably not going to make that much money. So we need to increase our machines, or, we need to do something, obviously, right? So a lot of people might get scared. So we could see a nice little dump. I'm not saying it's going to dump to 30K, 40K. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But I think instead of a pump, we could actually see a dump. But of course, guys, who knows? We're going to have to see what happens. This is the Bitcoin halving countdown. Now, this thing does change, obviously, depending on how many miners we have and how many people are solving it. The estimate date is April 18. Now, I remember last year, the estimate date was around May. So obviously, this could change. I mean, April 18, 2023, that's when it is, 10 days and 52 minutes. Maybe if I refresh, you see that it went from 52 minutes to 53 minutes. So depending on how fast people are mining and if they're disconnecting or not, obviously it could definitely change. Anything can change, but the event block height would happen at 840,000 blocks, and the current block is sitting at 838,000. So we're gonna have to see what happens. Things will get interesting. We know that Bitcoin right now is on a run. If we have a look right here on TradingView, we could see that BTC has been pumping, and we know that yesterday we had a mass liquidation. I believe about 1.1 billion people were liquidated. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a little bit less, but I know that there was a liquidation at 70,200, which was right here, which caused this massive wick. And there was another one at 71,000, which was right here. So obviously this created a massive pump before coming back down and pretty much consolidating. We're gonna have to see what happens here overall in the next couple of days, or in the next couple of weeks, in my opinion. If you guys do like this video, of course, don't forget to like and share. Guys, this is a very important video because a lot of people don't know what the Bitcoin halving is. This is a very short video, obviously. Like I said, if you guys like this video, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, leave a like.